Thank you to Day One for sponsoring this video. This is gonna be the last weekly cleaning routine that I do in this apartment because I am leaving next week forever. So the boxes are half packed, everything is a mess because I've been moving stuff around. But before I left, I wanted to show you the weekly cleaning routine that I've been doing every Sunday ever since I started living alone. So in this apartment and in my last apartment, that would take me 2 hours, usually less than 2 hours every week to keep my apartment in tip-top shape. I lived alone in this apartment, and in my video about living alone, I said that one of my favorite things about it is that I don't have to divide chores with anyone else. If there's a mess, it's for sure my mess and I clean it up, and I love that. I honestly really enjoyed my Sunday cleaning routine. So let's gather our supplies, put on some music, and let's go. As soon as I wake up on Sunday morning, I take all the sheets off the bed, the sheet, the duvet cover, the pillowcases. People in the skincare community will say that you should change your pillowcase every 2 to 3 days, but that's been hard for me to make a routine. So I would say once a week is like the bare minimum, and that's what I do. Then once I've showered, I also throw my towels in there and start a load of laundry. I do this first thing in the morning so that I can immediately hang them up to dry on the balcony outside during the sunniest part of the day, and then everything will be dry by the end of the day to use again. So then later in the day, when I'm ready to start cleaning, this is what I do. I start with a general tidying of the whole apartment. So I just go around and put everything back where it belongs. Hard drives go back in their cases and in the drawers. I put away any clothes that are lying around, just to straighten out any decor. Then I go to my laundry drying rack. I would say almost no one has a dryer here in Spain, so this is how we dry our clothes. So I hang up anything that has dried. Now that the sheets and towels are all done, I will go start another load of laundry if the laundry basket is full enough with clothes at this point. And then I take my broom and I sweep the kitchen floors to pick up any crumbs, because once I start washing dishes, the floors will get wet and I won't be able to sweep anymore. So I have to do that first. Then I put away any dry dishes. I actually don't really like using the dishwasher for some reason. So although I have a dishwasher in this apartment, I mostly just use it as a drying rack. And then I clean any dishes that are in the sink. Then I take everything off the kitchen counters and I put it all on the floor. I grab a sponge, put it in some warm water, put some dish soap on it, and I clean the whole counter with it, and also that backsplash behind the stove because that gets super dirty as well. And then the stovetop, I've read about a bunch of different methods online, but this is a simple one that I saw. You like sprinkle baking soda on the stains that you have on the stove. You add some water to make it like a paste, and then you leave a warm, wet washcloth on it for 30 minutes and then wipe that all off. So while that's soaking, I use a washcloth to wipe all of the soap off the counters and walls. Then I scrub the inside of the sink just with dish soap, and I clean the sink catcher. Next, I grab a wet cloth, I wring it out very thoroughly, and I go use that for dusting. I don't know what it is about this apartment in particular, but it gets very dusty even just after a week. I think if I zoom in here, you can actually see the dust. So I go through the bedroom first, then the living room, then the kitchen table. I usually have so many decorations on these shelves, so it's annoying to take them down, but now that everything is packed away, it's a blessing in disguise. Every time the cloth gets dusty, I go rinse it again, and I finish each surface off with a dry cloth. And then it's time for my favorite part, which is sweeping. So I pick up everything off the floor so that I have room to get in there with my broom. It's a bit tough today because I'm in the middle of packing up everything, but I do the best I can, and I go through the whole living room area starting from the balcony and then working my way to the back. I also sweep in the bedroom, which is also very difficult right now because of the packing. And finally in the bathroom, again, before it gets wet from me cleaning in there, I just want to go and pick up all of the dust and the crumbs that I can. I take out the bathroom trash. It's just like a little bin that you can remove from the trash can, so I empty that into my main bin. And now that hopefully the kitchen counter has dried, I go back and spray that with disinfectant and wipe it off and put everything back. My life really runs on routines. My apartment would not stay clean if I didn't have this weekly Sunday thing to follow step by step. My photos and my footage only stay organized and backed up because I have like this weekly file organizing routine. A daily routine that is very important to me to declutter and clean not my physical space but my mental space, because that gets pretty messy too, is to journal every morning and every evening. So I've been journaling in the Day One app for 4 years now. I have 1,500 entries in my daily journal. So if you want to start your own journal and get a 2-month free trial of Day One Premium, just go to dayoneapp.com/blissbean, or there's also a link in the description if that's easier. Even though sometimes I don't feel like it, I always feel better after journaling. So in the morning, I take like 5 minutes to write down anything that was on my mind when I woke up. I've been having a lot of weird dreams lately, so I write down my dreams. I also write down 3 things that I'm looking forward to that day and 3 things I want to accomplish. I call it 3 good decisions to make. And then in the evening, I write about everything I did that day, 3 things that I accomplished and I was proud of, and 3 things that I was grateful for. I really like the On This Day feature. May 24th, it's gonna be May 24th when this video comes out. May 24th, 2021, I was still living at home. Apparently got my hair done that day. In 2022, on May 24th, I finished my first year of university. It also gives you a lot of perspective because you scroll through these entries and you see that some of my days were ultra productive, superwoman on top of the world, feeling so good, and then other days were more like this one. So it reminds you that you're always going to have a mix of days. If you're having a really good day today, then you should be grateful for it. And if you're not having a very good day, you know that it's temporary. Okay, so with Premium, you can attach unlimited photos and videos. I go a little crazy with this sometimes. Look at all these cute photos. It also syncs across all of your devices. There are so many features that I can gush about, like the map view, the calendar view, tagging your entries. But if I can leave you with one message, it is to start today. Because it is these little daily, weekly routines that feel kind of small, but when they add up, they make such a big change to your life. So journaling, cleaning, exercising, studying a new language, it doesn't happen all in one big burst. It happens through these little habits and these little routines. So I encourage you to start a journaling habit. This link will give you the longest free trial of Day One Premium that you can get anywhere else. It's a very special code. It's dayoneapp.com/blissbean for a 2-month free trial. Let's go to the bathroom now. I actually don't do very much in the bathroom these days because my apartment this year came with a bi-weekly cleaning service, and I am not the biggest fan of cleaning the toilet and the shower, so if it's gonna get done anyways every 2 weeks, I'm honestly okay with that. I hope the internet doesn't judge me for not doing it every week. So I take everything off the sink, I use a sponge and this bathroom cleaner to scrub it down, then a wet washcloth to wipe off the cleaner, and finally a dry one to dry off the entire sink. I keep my toothbrush and toothpaste in a glass, so I just replace that with a fresh one and put the other one in the sink to wash. And then maybe every 2 to 3 weeks or so, I also wash the bathroom rug, and that is really easy. I just throw that in the washing machine. Alright, then we have a few miscellaneous tasks to finish up with. If the sheets and towels are dry by then, I will go replace those. I wash my makeup brushes with just some soap and water and leave those to dry like on the shelf. I wipe down the bathroom mirror and the hallway mirror with glass cleaner and a glass cleaning cloth. Wipe down my computer with some disinfecting liquid. Take out the trash and recycling. And that's it. Honestly, it's a pretty bare bones weekly cleaning routine, but it does keep my apartment in a presentable state. And after I do it, it feels so cozy and comfortable in here. I have not been able to stick to any sort of like a monthly or quarterly cleaning routine for some of those less frequent tasks. That's gonna be my goal for next year. That's my next cleaning level to aspire to. The one thing that you can do instead is to try and pick one rare cleaning task per week and work on that. So one week I cleaned out the shelves in my pantry because I noticed there were a lot of crumbs back there, and I also wanted to organize all my foodstuffs. Another week I cleaned out the tray where you pour in the laundry detergent because that had gotten all weird and gunked up. One time I organized and dusted all of my bathroom shelves and like threw out old products. So whatever you notice needs some extra attention, you can just pick one of those like mini projects per week. Anytime that I'm not sure how to clean something, I just look online. So there's a good subreddit called r/cleaning tips. There are so many cleaning blogs out there, so I just look at what kind of procedures, methods, and products people are recommending, and whatever sounds good to me, I give that a try, and then I add that to my own little Notion cleaning routine to keep it organized. So just as I was making this video, I looked at my water kettle, and I was like, I feel like I should be cleaning the inside of this sometimes. So I found this article about descaling a water kettle, and I added that to my monthly cleaning routine, which I will start doing next year, I promise. So don't forget to go to dayoneapp.com/blissbean to get your 2-month free trial of Day One Premium, and don't forget to go clean. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!